Yo guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we'll be looking at 8 players that must leave the club this summer. Number 1. Anthony Martial. Martial's career at Manchester United has been up and down ever since he came in as a teenager in 2015. In his first season at the club, he managed 11 goals and 4 assists just as a teenager. However, once Louis van Gaal left the club, his relationship with Mourinho was far from great. First, he was forced to accommodate for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who arrived in the 2016-17 season. With him taking over as the main striker, Anthony Martial was forced to play on the left wing, rotating between him and Marcus Rashford. Despite this change in position, he was able to adapt well, but this was until Alexis Sanchez came into the club in January of 2018. This forced Martial to move onto the bench. He was in and out of the starting lineup until Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came to the club in December 2018. In the 2019-20 season, Martial would go on to play as a number 9 for only the second time since he arrived in the summer of 2015. And he would excel, scoring 23 goals in all competitions as well as getting a further 12 assists. Nevertheless, Man United was still never really convinced of him, and neither were the fans, which resulted him going back onto the bench in place for 34-year-old Edinson Cavani. Since then, he has fallen heavily out of favour with the fans and the club, which resulted him going on loan to Sevilla last season. However, the loan move did not work out for Martial, where he only managed 2 goals and 1 assist. Add to that, Martial suffered with off-the-pitch issues with allegations that he cheated on his wife. Having been at the club for over 7 years and reaching the age of 27, surely it's time for Martial to move on and for Man United to move on too. Number 2. Nicolas Pepe. In the summer of 2019, Arsenal broke their world transfer record, forking out $72 million for Lille forward Nicolas Pepe. He was coming off the back of an amazing season in Ligue 1, scoring 22 league goals. Other clubs such as Manchester United were also interested in him. However, Arsenal managed to beat all the competition and signed their man. Unfortunately, it has not worked out the way Arsenal or Nicolas Pepe thought it would. Since arriving in 2019, he has always been in and out of the team and is massively out of favour with current manager Arteta. He only featured in 20 league games last season, managing only 1 goal and 2 assists. With the signing of Gabriel Jesus and the likes of Saka and Martinelli at the club, it is unlikely that Nicolas Pepe will feature as a regular for Arsenal under Arteta. It is therefore best for both parties to part ways, especially for Nicolas Pepe, who is now 27 years old and needs to reignite his career. Number 3. Timo Werner. After scoring 28 league goals in the 2019-20 season, Chelsea beat the likes of Liverpool to secure the signature of Timo Werner. It was thought that he would finally end the curse of number 9s at Chelsea, but this wasn't to be. Ever since his arrival at the club, he has struggled for consistency and goals despite moments of brilliance. But as a forward, your main job is to score goals, and Timo Werner has struggled, only getting 4 league goals last season. Even with the signing of Lukaku, Timo Werner was not able to improve his consistency in goal scoring. Unfortunately, there seems to be no suggestion that Timo Werner will ever be good enough to lead the line at Chelsea. And despite the speed, he does not have the qualities on the ball to be an effective winger for Chelsea. The German international is still only 26 years old, and if Chelsea were to sell him, they could still recoup anywhere between 25 to 30 million pounds, which means they are better off selling him and buying better quality players. Number 4. João Felix. Once compared to the likes of Haaland and Mbappe, João Felix has never really got going at Atletico Madrid. Despite managing a decent 12 goal and assists in 23 league appearances, a player with the quality of João Felix is a waste at a club like Atletico Madrid. Simeone is well renowned for parking the bus and playing defensive football, which is completely the opposite brand of football that João Felix needs to be playing under. A player with his qualities should be playing for a side that aims to keep possession, and Atletico Madrid are certainly not a club that do so. If João Felix does not move on from Atletico Madrid, he risks being known as one of the most expensive flops in football history. In 2019, Atletico Madrid forked out an incredible £113 million for him, and he certainly has not lived up to that price tag. It is therefore important for Felix to find a new club or risk being known as one of the great football talents that never lived up to his potential. Number 5. Lewandowski. Arguably the greatest free transfer in the history of football, Robert Lewandowski moved from Dortmund to Bayern Munich in the summer of 2014. Since then, he has won 8 Bundesliga titles, 3 DFB Pokals, 5 DFL Super Cups, and of course the Champions League. However, Lewandowski has made it clear in the past few months that he does not intend to be at Bayern Munich next season and wants a new challenge. And this makes perfect sense because after 8 years at Bayern Munich, he has achieved everything and is now looking for a last big contract and last new challenge at another team. This new team, according to multiple reports, is Barcelona, but Bayern Munich are not satisfied with the amount of money offered to them. Bayern Munich are holding out for a fee of 43 million, with Lewandowski only having 12 months on his contract. That is too high for a 33-year-old, even if that player is Lewandowski. As great as the Bayern Munich and Lewandowski relationship has been over the years, all good things must come to an end and it's time for both parties to move on. Number 6. Neymar. When Neymar moved from Barcelona to PSG in the summer of 2017 for a world record fee, many thought he'd done so to get out of the shadow of Messi. But despite moments of brilliance, it hasn't quite worked out for Neymar at PSG. After 5 seasons at the club, he has failed to deliver the Champions League, spending most of the time injured whilst collecting big wages. And now to make things worse, he is not the main man at PSG anymore. Not only is Messi at the club, Mbappe has also become the star player at PSG. And the front three of Neymar, Mbappe and Messi, whilst looks really good on paper, fails to work out in practice. At the age of 30, it makes sense for Neymar to move on and seek a new challenge. Ligue 1 is a very physical league, which isn't perfect for a player like Neymar who loves to dribble. Personally, I would love to see him back in La Liga or go to the Serie A. Number 7. Mats Hummels. With the arrival of Nico Schlotterbeck and Niklas Süle, Dortmund's defence is going through a big transition. And whilst Hummels has been a great servant to Dortmund and German football in general, he just isn't the centre-back he once was. He was never blessed with pace, but has slowed down even more over the years, making loads of defensive errors along the way. Him and Akanji have proven to be an unreliable defensive partnership over a whole season, and it's time for both to move on. If Dortmund want to seriously challenge Bayern Munich, Hummels cannot be playing week in, week out, so it's best for him to move on. And number 8. Raheem Sterling. At the time of recording, it seems that Raheem Sterling is finalising his move to Chelsea, and rightly so. Despite being an important figure over the years in Pep Guardiola's Man City side, he has fallen out of favour recently at Man City. With the emergence of Phil Foden and the arrival of Grealish last summer, Sterling has found his playing minutes being decreased as time has went on. And whilst he has a great goal-scoring record, he has never been seen as a Pep Guardiola type of player. Guardiola favours technically gifted players, but Raheem Sterling is quick and direct. At the age of 27 years old, Raheem Sterling is in his peak, and it would be a shame to see him waste that on the bench of Man City. Therefore, it makes sense for him to go to a club like Chelsea, who need wide players, therefore he will be playing a lot of minutes. He could become their star player and rejuvenate his career. And that was it for the 8 players that must leave their clubs this summer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please remember as always to like, comment and subscribe.